Today we're going to be heading to Kingswear. I'm just on my way to get some fuel. Tell you what, the weather again, yesterday was nice. It was crisp, it was sunny, but it was nice. Today is a little bit miserable, but we are in November. It's November the 18th. So, you know, it's just reality. When you go away in your van, it probably is going to be raining. It definitely is going to be cold. But I don't mind the cold, it's just the rain I hate. It's a bit on and off today, but I'm going to do this video anyway, because, like I said, it's November. Likelihood is you're going to be going away in your van. It is going to be raining, probably. It is the UK, and it's going to be cold. So I'm going to pick up some fuel, and then I'm going to take you to Kingswear and show you if there's a van life in Kingswear. Let's see what we find. Coming up to the petrol station now. This will be our last stop, and our next stop will be Kingswear. You see, it isn't very busy in here. That's good. Actually, that's worth pointing out, just over there. So that is a free airline, free air for your tyres. So if you need to check your tyres, it's a good place to come. This is the petrol station at Waterside in Paignton. Waterside petrol station. Just one more thing. So at the Waterside is a very good place to come if you want a takeaway. They have grills, they have fish and chips, they have Chineses, they've got a co-op, they've got lots of things. So it's probably just over a mile from Kingswear. But possibly if you're going from Kingswear to Paignton, or from Paignton to Kingswear, you're going to be coming through, more likely, the Waterside, where you can pick yourself up a nice Chinese and treat your other half. Why not? Kingswear is a little village in Devon. It's on the opposite side of the river to Dartmouth. There's not a massive amount there, but if you're into an old country pub, maybe a bit of brekkie in the local restaurant, or greasy spoon in the morning, and there's also a Premier shop, which is handy besides most things. There's a little marina, which is pretty good, and you can go down for a walk along the railway line, or you can walk up out to the coastline, which takes you out to the Daymark, which is a very good walk if you're into that sort of thing. You can walk from there to Brixham, or you can go the other way. You can go from Kingswear to Totnes, or Kingswear via Dartmouth, via Totnes. There's plenty to do around here, and I'll tell you what, we go away in Cornwall a lot, but I think even in Cornwall you'll struggle to find a place with such nice views, beautiful picturesque views. So I suggest come and check it out if you're into your vans and you go away for the weekends. You could do Kingswear, you could do Paignton, you could do Dartmouth. You know, that would be 3 nights away in, I would say, pretty picturesque, beautiful places. We're from Devon, so we see it all the time. This is nothing new to us, but you can't deny the fact, ambulance, that it's a beautiful place. Just switch the camera around because we're coming up to a few decent little park ups at night, which is out of the village. I'm just going to turn in on the left here. So this is called Kennels Road, and just on the left, just here, there is a nice little lay-by, which is fairly quiet. This is a perfect place for a park up, although it looks quite messy. Looks like there's been a fair bit of fly tipping here, and they go on about campervanners, van lifers. Like, look at it. How can they actually go on about people camping in their vans when you've got this mess? Let's go outside and have a look. Just look at this. What an absolute shame. Like, there's just rubbish everywhere. This place has got really bad. So look at it. Now, that's acceptable, is it? It's not like us and our vans are going to leave all that shit behind. If anything, we're going to pick it up. Anyway, don't be put off by that. This is not a bad little stop. I see vans in here quite often. I've stayed here myself a few years ago. And it is quiet at night. There's a dead end lane. You don't really want to go out there because it's just a dead end. But just stay in this part down here. Absolutely perfect. The road quietens down at night. Oh my God, what's that over there? Oh, bloody hell. Well, if you need some tyres for your vehicle, coming out yourself. That's just mental. Let's just stick a camera up here. This is what ruins it for everybody though. Okay, it's not like van people who's doing that, but they're going to stop people parking here. Just because there's a few idiots. Well recommended. Look at the view as well from this to the sea. So if you parked here, and zoom out, you would get that view. What an absolute wicked view. There's also a footpath. This footpath goes down towards Brixham, Fisherman's Cove, and all down that way. That's a good few miles walk, that one. There's also a footpath that way as well, I believe. Anyway, let's get on with our travels. Okay, that's absolutely crazy, that is. Just the absolute state of that lay-by. This brings me on to the next one. Now, there is another little park up as well, just literally 200 yards down the road, just off Kennels Road. We're on Kennels Road right now, but if you turn left, if you're going back out of Kingswear, or turn right if you're coming into Kingswear, there's these couple of lay-bys which you always see vans in. A van, it's not really that busy, but it's a good stop. Again, I have stopped here myself. Just this lay-by here is a pretty good one. When I was living in my van as a van lifer, I used to come and park up here. It used to be a good spot at the night because there's no other buildings around. This is just quite a secluded spot, so it's nothing special, but it's a really good stop for the night if you're going to head somewhere else. I highly recommend it, and it's pretty quiet at night. Yeah, it's got some really beautiful countryside in Kingswear. It's a bit of a valley. So we're coming down Slappers Hill. Yeah, I did say Slappers Hill. There's not many slappers about, I can guarantee you that. Well, not at the moment anyway. Maybe they call it Slappers Hill because when you're coming down on a motorbike, you get into a tank slapper. I don't know. Why did they call it Slappers Hill? Or maybe back in the day it was for the slappers. Who knows? But we're just coming into Kingswear now. At first, I'm going to show you the couple of park-ups. There's one that I showed you earlier. So we're coming into Kingswear. The church is just on our left, and we come to a bit of a T-junction. Now on that T-junction, if you turn off to the right, there's a little park up there, which is perfect. It's near the creek, and it's about half a mile, not even that, down to the lower ferry, which will take you to Dartmouth, and obviously you can walk around Kingswear. Now we have just come around a couple of sharp bends. We're not going to go down to the lower ferry where it says Dartmouth via ferry, we're going to go to the left. Now as we turn in here, you will see we're just under a canopy of trees, and you can see a camper van just there. See, now maybe they're camping. Now this is a good little spot to park. There's a few houses further up, but to be honest, no one really batters an eyelid. You can park up here just on the right. I'm going to get out and show you guys what it's all about. That's our first location. Let's go and check it out, shall we? I'll tell you what, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get in the back and I'm going to turn the inverter on and get the heating on. So when we get back, it's going to be nice and warm in here. It's actually looking quite sunny outside, which is actually a change. Be interesting to see how warm it is. Not very no my luck. Just turn the inverter on. Get our heater. Now these are good. This is just a little plug-in heater, ceramic. I think it's 600 watts maximum. So if you put it on a low setting, let's move that cushion out of the way. I don't want to set fire to that. If we just have it on the low setting, it will only draw about 400 watts. All we need to do now is switch it on and set it up. Put it on the power button. As you can see, that comes up. Set the temperature. What should we have it at? I'd say 19. Don't want it too high. And then it cut in and out. You can buy these from places like Argos, I think the range sell them. Or just buy them online. I wouldn't leave them on overnight, but... Right. That's that all set up. Let's leave that on. Let's go outside and see what's about. Show you guys what Kingswear has to offer on this park up. We are going to move to the next one, so I'll give you a quick tour. So this is High Contour Road. That's pointing upwards, which we're going to be going up there later on, as there's another really good park up there. Oh, left the old lights on. Better go and turn them off because we don't want a flat battery. This is back at the road that we just came in. The start of High Contour Road, which is where you want to be staying. Now, if you take a left, as you can see down that way, my voice is going, that would take you back down to Kingswear Village, which is a one-way system. So you've got to make sure you only do go one way. It's going to be a bit of a funny day today. It's sort of raining on and off, although if you look over there, it's actually blue skies. So when we go out and have a look at the sea and the river, I'm hoping a bit of that sunshine breaks through. It's actually not that cold. It has actually warmed up a little bit. So I think it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Yeah. I wonder if there's someone in there. Hopefully. Right, that's that first park out. We're going to get in, see how warm it is, and take you up the road to where there's some absolutely amazing views. Ooh, that's a little bit better in here. Right, let's go about 500 yards up the road. Well, I'm going to take you to the next campsite. Campsite? It's not a campsite. To the next park out. Now, that park out I just showed you, you can pretty much park there anytime. There's always space. But the next one I'm going to show you can be a little bit limited. But if you get it right, you could be rewarded with some of the best views Devon has to offer. And definitely the best views Kingswear has to offer. We're just coming up to the park up now on the right. There's a lot of builders around during the week, daytime, so I'm not sure whether we're going to get to park up, but at least be able to show you. Oh yeah, there's a nice little spot there that I think we'll have that one. Now just check this view out when I turn around and do a U-turn here. Don't know whether the camera's going to pick it up. It's pretty flat as well. It's a little bit on a hill, but it don't really get much flatter. Bit of a dodgy manoeuvre, but we'll get it done. If it's possible, I'll do it. Perfect. Even Bob the Builder was impressed. Let me just take you through the back and let's go and check this view out. I think you'll be pretty impressed with this one. You all ready for this? Let's have the grand unveiling, shall we? Absolutely stunning. There are a few trees in the way here, but what more could you ask for? Okay, that's a bit of a mess down there in the garden, but we're not here for that. We're here for this. Now that's Darthaven Marina you can see there in the middle. I'll take you down there in a bit and we'll go and have a look. It's a good place to park during the day to go over to Dartmouth or go for walks or a tour around Kingswear. It is during the week, so there is lots of buildings and stuff around. But let me just go and give you a quick sort of envision of what's outside. There are some flats up there, but they don't really take much notice, to be honest. You often see camper vans parked up here. And that way. What do you think? Let me know below. There is some absolutely banging places in Kingswear. It's where a lot of people come and they own second homes. You actually find during the week there's actually not many people living here. A lot of it just is second homeowners that probably only stay here a couple of times a year. Just look at that. That is stunning. I compare this place to like Falmouth in Cornwall. I wouldn't say Foy because I'm not a massive keen fan of Foy. Let's have a look over here. Now over there, as you can see, that's Dartmouth. There is 2 ferries that run from Kingswear to Dartmouth. The one up there, which is the higher ferry, and there's one around this corner, which is the lower ferry, which I will take you and go and have a look. Oh look, even he's enjoying the view. Bless him. Right, so if you carry on down the hill, now this is a massive incline. Not so much this bit, but further down by the church is a good walk up. Good for fitness though. See that? This is the sort of building work that goes on in Kingswear. People with lots of money and massive projects. That's a quaint looking place. High gables. You find a lot of these buildings drop down the hillside, so that looks a bit like a bungalow, but you probably won't be able to see it because it's pretty well fenced off. We'll pass it over here, but in fact it's a house. Look at that. Right, there's Dartmouth. You can see it's quite built up over there. Beautiful place. Now that over there is the Naval College, Dartmouth Naval College. It's a bit of a crisp morning, but it's not too bad. I've not got a jacket on anyway, so it can't be that cold. Just look at that. Stunning. It's amazing, that blue contrast against the green scenery. Now, I suggest if you're coming to Kingswear and you're going to park up in one of those 2 parking locations I showed you, is take a walk down the road. Look at that, that sun is absolutely breaking through them clouds, because the views down the bottom of this road is truly amazing. Let's go and have a look. Oh, nice red Audi TT. I'm a bit of an Audi lover. Now look at this. Look at that. The water's blinding from up here. The sun's shining straight into it, straight into my eyes. Lots of pretty buildings over in Dartmouth. Now, if you carry on for a little bit longer, there is some really good walks. It walks down through the coastal routes. You can walk as far to the day mark, and then you can walk back round to where the van's parked at the top by them big blue flats on High Contour Road. I'm going to take you a bit further to the end of this road, where I'm going to show you some sea views where the river mouth goes out to the sea. Now, be braced, these views are something else. Stunning. These are the roads I'm on about. If you want to walk the coastal route, take the left and carry on through. It says dead end, but it's not actually a dead end. And it also says no cyclists. It seems to be very anti-cyclist because it's a private road, but a public way through, or through of way. I'm going to stand on here, probably not allowed, but why not? I know it's a holiday home. Look at that. Now, what do you think about that then? Stunning? To be honest, our house isn't bad either. I could live there. Nice little place to sit and relax up there, especially on a nice sunny day like this, overlooking the river estuary and the mouth to where it goes out to sea. Tell you what, it's absolutely flat out there. Be a good day for go out fishing. Right, we're going to head down towards the centre of Kingswear to the village. Not a lot there, but some really nice views. Let's go and have a look. Now, this goes down Church Hill. If you want to go that way, which look at that view there. That takes you down to the waterfront, down to the yacht club, which is a really nice place to go and have a pint. We're going to carry on down the hill because I want to go down to the church and show you guys something. I don't think we're going to see it this time of year, but if you come here in the summer, this is definitely something you need to check out. So make sure you head down this really steep hill, and you know what they say, everything that goes down needs to come up. So good luck on that one. But there's some really, again, really nice views, which we'll show you in a sec. The old vicarage. What a stunning building that is. I like the old period buildings. Now we're about halfway down Church Hill. To the left, you'll see some stunning views. This one's worth coming to check out if you're staying in Kingswear. Just look at that. Again, that sun has made a great break through those clouds, and it's actually quite warm. There's Dartmouth town over there and the quay. Now that slipway you can see there, that's the lower ferry. I'll see if I can get a shot of it going across, but that's the ferry you'll need to get over to Dartmouth. It's about £2, £4 return for a passenger, £7.50 for a single for a car. There is also a passenger ferry, a dedicated one just for passengers, but I think that's about £2 as well, but that stops at 7 o'clock. Now the car ferry stops at 10:45 sharp, and if you miss it, then you're stuck in Dartmouth. What a shame. So we're just coming up to the church in Kingswear now. Hopefully there's not going to be many people about. I'm not really keen on filming when there's people about. It feels all a bit awkward. Hello. Maybe the old reverend's in there. It's amazing. I wonder how old these graves are. They must date back for quite a period. There's not much space there. The parish church of Kingswear. As you can see, it's a very quaint little church. Looks like they're getting the old Christmas decorations ready. That's good to see. St. Thomas of Canterbury, Memorial Garden. Please respect this holy ground. Just check that out. What an absolute stunning view. The old church in the background. Now, why I wanted to bring you here, because in the summer, if you come to Kingswear and look in the cracks of the walls, especially down on that road, down there, just behind us, you will see little lizards. Not that little actually, they're probably about 4 or 5 inches long. It's actually quite well kept in there. Someone does a really nice job. Shame we didn't meet anybody. Although I do get a bit camera shy in front of people, so I don't know how that would have worked out. But yeah, during the summer months, if you look in these walls, especially the ones back at the road, all in these little cracks, the bigger ones more mainly, you'll see little lizards. I can't remember what they call them now. Something like red dragons or something like that. Maybe someone comment below what they're called. Maybe in the summer, I'll try and get some footage of them. I didn't even know this until someone pointed it out, and I was like, really? In this country? Now we're coming down to the bottom of Kingswear. This is the bottom of the little village town. Got the ship in. That's an absolute awesome pub. Nice in the summer and nice in the winter with the old fire going on. They've actually done a really nice job on painting the front and doing it up over the last 6 months. Now we're coming down to the Kingswear village via the back road from the ship. As you can see, we're right next to the marina now. That's Darthaven Marina. Over there is Dartmouth. And that is a cool little Land Rover. This is my favourite part of Kingswear. Right next to the steam railway. Now this time of year you've got the train of lights, which is pretty cool. Although very expensive. Not sure what's going on with the ferry today, but it's busy. Considering it's a Tuesday, maybe they're all going to Dartmouth for their lunch. So down that way, that's the way to the ferry, and that's what all the cars are waiting for. As you can see over there, that's Kingswear shop. If you need any conveniences from the shop. Now just down there is Darthaven. This is what you call a banjo, where I'm stood now. It's where the buses go from Kingswear to Brixham to Payton. So if you need to jump on the bus to get around, then this is where you need to come. Let's go and have a look down in Darthaven and show you right there. Bus is only about 15 minutes to Brixham, so you could do that trip included in the Kingswear one. You can leave your van here, get on the bus, and then go to Brixham. And if you're adventurous, you could go to Payton as well. So now we're coming up to the Darthaven Marina. Now you can park here free for an hour. I'll take you down to the parking tariffs and we'll have a look to see how much it costs. Now I can hear the boat hoist going, so I'm pretty sure they're hoisting a boat onto that transporter that we seen earlier. Maybe we're going to have a little ganders at that and see what's going on. They've also got a chandleries here for boats, but a lot of boat stuff is relative to camper vans. Obviously not all of it, but there's a lot of stuff you could use in your van that Darthaven will sell here, which could be handy. It's a fully working boat yard. can see the actual boat crane there, boat hoist. Probably hoisting something onto that low loader we seen earlier. So the parking does Ringo, and the parking tariffs are just here. So up to 1 hour, it's no charge. 2 hours, £2.40. 3 hours, £3.60. Up to 24 hours, it's £7.20. Let's have a look on private land, see what they say on here. Vehicles must display a valid ticket or permit. Vehicles must only park wholly within a bay. Disabled badge. No vehicles in excess of 3.5 tons. No vehicles over 5 meters. No traders. No overnight parking or caravans or campers. All similar. Hey, that's always the way, isn't it? It's a shame. They should do a little camping thing here. I reckon it'd be very popular. As you can see, there's lots of boaty stuff going on. There's a level crossing there, as the steam train comes past. Now, this time of year, like I said earlier, they've got the train of lights, which is pretty cool. Even to come down and have a look at it go past and get some pictures. That's a nice boat. So this is Kingswear Creek, or Waterhead Creek, as it's actually named. It's a good walk. That if you go over those level crossings, you can go across the railway track, which I'll show you in a minute, up to Hoedown, and then around up to Jubilee Park, which we went past earlier, and then back round. Or you can walk straight at the railway line, which then goes to the hire ferry. You can get the hire ferry over to Dartmouth, and then you can walk for miles to Totnes, or you can walk down to Dartmouth Castle. There's lots of adventures to be had around here. I've spent many times going out my boat, going under that bridge, wondering whether it's actually going to make it under, whether we're going to take the roof of the cabin off. I did come under it once with my fishing rods and the fishing holder, and absolutely wrecked my brand new £150 fishing rod, which I was absolutely gutted. It does say no camping here, but I've actually seen people camping this car park before. I think if you're a South camper, I don't think anyone's actually going to notice. Comment below if you've actually camped here. If you've South camped, let us know what happened. Now we're just going to cross over the level crossing, as you can see. Now, in the summer and at weekends, I think that Marina Larder's open. They do some absolutely banging bacon butties in there. You can come down, sit in the little eating area. You've got all that nice view. Let's go and have a look at the boats and Dartmouth and the River Dart. You can't go down there, then people shouldn't really be walking free. There's no public right away, as it's a working boat yard. That way it takes you up the river. It takes you up to the hire ferry, and you can walk on the hire ferry and go over to Dartmouth, or you can walk up through the woods, up through that way and back down. I'm not going to take you up there because I don't want to show you everything, otherwise you're not going to have anything to explore. So I don't want to show you all the beautiful picturesque views, everything it has to offer, because you need to come down and you need to check it out for yourself. Which, believe in me, I don't think you'll be disappointed if you like this sort of thing. So if you walk round to the left here, there is actually a public footpath which will take you up to the footbridge over the railway line, which then will take you back to Kingswear Village, opposite the village stores. It's actually turned out to be a really nice day. It's actually enjoyable to be out for a change after the last few weeks of rain, miserable weather and the wind. It's good to be out exploring. Now we're just heading up onto the footbridge, as you can see. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just switch the camera around a minute. So we're going to head back up into Kingswear Village. I'm going to take you down to the lower ferry. That's going to be the last part of our journey, is the lower ferry, and maybe a quick ganders around the old steam station, Dartmouth steam station. So join me. Tell you what, it's days like this where I think to myself, I need to do this more. I've took the day off work to come and do this. It's Tuesday, and it's nice just to get out. You know, what better for your mental health than just to go and explore, enjoy beautiful places, and just generally have a good time. Okay, it wouldn't be as fun in pissing rain, but it's not. It's actually, sun's breaking through the clouds. It's a little bit brisk, but it's not too bad. Not bad enough to have a jacket on. There's the old Premier store, Kingswear Village store even. So if you need bits and bobs, pop into there. I'm sure they'll sort you out. Now if you look here on the left, Ebb and Flow, that's a very good cafe to go and get breakfast or a bacon bap or even a coffee. There is also a little wine bar on the left here called Dulliam. So if you're into your wines, I've heard that's supposed to be a pretty good place. Go and check that one out. Be all very romantic. That's what they have to offer. All the cars again waiting in the ferry. So queue's gone down a little bit this time. Maybe everybody's going in for lunch. So on the left here we've got the Steam Packet, which is a nice little pub, quite cosy. There's the roof terrace that overlooks the river. They have some good live bands in the Steam Packet and the ship, so that is something worth looking out for. Kingswear Station. Back in the day that probably would have been fairly busy, I would have thought. We're going to have a look around in a minute. That's the bottom of Kingswear, so there's toilets over there. That's the only toilets in Kingswear, just where that post box is, to the left of that archway. Now if you go under this archway, there's another car park, and also this is the way to the ferry terminal for the passenger ferry to get over to Dartmouth, which I believe only runs to about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. The actual lower car ferry, which comes in on the slipway there to the left, runs until 10:45. So you can go out in Dartmouth for a few pints and make sure you get back, I would say, for 10:30 to the ferry, to make sure you get back across again. This is a great little spot here for fishing. Over there where that van is the fish quay where they unload the boats. So you get a lot of bass underneath this pontoon. Not big bass, only school bass, but still great fun. As you can see over there, the ferry is now coming in. That's the car ferry. It's just a little platform that's towed by a tugboat, but it's been running for hundreds of years. Even the boats themselves are old. As you can see, this car park is pretty small, but you can be lucky sometimes in the winter to get a space, but it's only a short stay car park, I believe. I'll take you over and have a look at the tariffs in a minute. This is under the archway in Kingswear, next to the steam train station. We've actually managed to catch the car ferry and the passenger ferry coming in at the same point. Seems like there's a lot going on. Let's go and have a quick look around the old steam train station. As you can see, it's closed today. Some coal over there. It's a pretty cool building though, isn't it? You must admit. So if we turn out of here and go right, we'll go and check out the yacht club and down that side. As you can see, all the cars getting on the ferry, going over to Dartmouth. Now if you take a walk round to the left, we'll go down to the yacht club, which is a nice place in the evening to go and enjoy a pint. I do like it down and around here. As you can see, that's the yacht club. Yeah, I've got a Christmas fair. It's 10 AM to 3 PM, open to members and non-members. What's the date on it? The 30th of November, which is a Sunday, end of this month. As you can see that if you look through there, some very nice views. Now, it does say there's actually a public footpath down this way, but obviously there isn't at the moment because the tide's in. It's going down and have a ganders. Another lucky set of people going fishing, looks like in their mainland. Wish that was me. I think I better move, as it'd be like that other video. I get wet feet, get dunked by the sea. This place is quite cool. It's the old Kingswear Priory. It was donated to the South Hams District Council in the 1980s. That was the years that I was born. But now it's private apartments. As you can see, it's got a whopping great wall around it, which is quite nice. Look at that. That looks like an old diesel locomotive. 03371. Might have to have a little research on that later. And you see a few old carriages. That's pretty cool. Now for a very long walk back up to the van. Shame the ship ain't open. Could have gone for a pint. Bit early for that though. Or was it too early? Too early for you? Comment below. What time is it now? 12:30. Lunch and a pint. I definitely need to get out walking more. It's surprising how unfit you get and how you get out of the routine. Life sort of takes over, work all day, family chores. I think we all should take a bit of time out every now and again. Just come out into the great wilderness, whether it's in England or going abroad, or whatever you want to do. Come out and enjoy great places like Kingswear, great views, and just an absolute stunning place. Whew. That cold, fresh air in my lungs. I'll tell you what, I've done that hill climb loads of times in the summer, but I must admit, I think I prefer doing it this time of year. You don't get as hot. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Just an inspirational video to let you all know what's out in the great wilderness. If you've already got a van, I suggest you come to Kingswear, come and check it out. If you're a newcomer, get yourself a van, get out there and do some adventures, no matter where you are. I can guarantee you, no matter where you live, less than an hour away, there will be some wicked, stunning destinations. So my advice is, get yourself a van, get yourself out there, follow that big heart and have a good time. That's what it's all about. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and guess what? Make sure you subscribe. Thanks.